Hello. So, we have week 1 of the UBL slash Revs draft. This is the double 6v6 draft league that is kind of a combination of the UBL and the Revelations draft league, where we're using buffed Pokemon essentially in a 6v6 doubles format. And this is our week 1. We're actually doing a post commentary because why am I doing post commentary? Well, I didn't do it about live. I think it was literally because so we're against Airstream, the Sydney Scizors, which is actually kind of cool, because we don't get to face them in the regular season of the UBL, because they are a part of a different division. But we get to face them here, and yeah, basically I think when they asked me, I was like about to go to bed, and I was too lazy to get out of bed, so I don't really have a good reason this time. Sometimes I do have a good reason for not recording live. This one I just didn't. But you can see their team on screen. They've got Mega Absol, which was a tier 1 Mega. Now, Mega Absol was a tier 1 Mega for a very good reason. Mega Absol had its ability change, as well as regular Absol for that matter, to Libero, the same as Cinderace's. So, that means all of its stab moves, well, all of its moves become stab. Not only that, but it got the addition of Play Rough, so it actually makes Mega Absol a lot more of an offensive threat. Not only that, but you can see it's Glastria, Slacking, who no longer has Truant. It has Honey Gather, which is basically just a dud ability, but it's not a penalty on it, so like Truant is. Then you got Dusclops, Ariados, who is a tier 3 because it now has access to adaptability. Crawdont, who is a tier 3 and now has access to Flip Turn. Aerodactyl, who I don't believe got any changes. We can have a look in a sec. I don't believe we got any changes. Turtonator, Breloom, Cinderace with Libero. So that's 2 Libero users. Tangela and Sylveon. Now, we can have a look at my notes here, and yeah. So I didn't write any notes. Which isn't really useful, obviously. But there were a few things I was worried about. We kind of know my team with, you know, the Psychic types, and I was very worried about Mega Absol. So I kind of had to make sure I was at least ready for Mega Absol. I had to make sure I was ready for Trick Room. This is Airstream. We know they like Trick Room. So I had to be ready for Trick Room, especially when they've got, other than me, probably the best Trick Room mode in the league. Maybe the best. I would argue the best, just because there's still Dusclops Glastria. Excuse me. As well as Ariados, who's only base 40 speed with adaptability. So yeah, they've got a lot of threats. They've got the redirection. So, Trick Room was definitely kind of scary. And Glastria is still a very, very scary Pokemon, even without Max. So, what was the team I brought? Well, we start off with Indeedee. I was going to make sure I was ready for Trick Room, so I was going to make sure, like, the thing was, if they didn't go Trick Room and they wanted to go Mega Absol, then, like, a more of a faster mode, then Trick Room was really good. But I had to make sure I could actually beat their Trick Room mode as well. So we've got Indeedee, really standard Indeedee, just specially defensive, because I was more worried about some of the special attackers. I was probably never going to live, like, Absol stuff anyway. But some of the special attackers that they have, things like, why is it special? Wow, especially defensive, and I really don't know why. Probably for Turt, but even then, that's a bit of a stretch. It probably should have been physically offensive. I don't think I really thought about it too much. But yeah, kind of a standard Indeedee female set. Then we've got Hatterene, Expanding Force, Trick Room, Protect, and Moonblast, which is one of the additions that Hatterene got. Kind of make up for the fact that it can't G-Max, which is really nice. Hat's really good. Indeedee Hat's still good, turns out. Next up was kind of the tech that I was thought a little bit spicy. We ended up bringing Iron Ball Diancie. So, if you ask me what these calcs did, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I can at least make general assumptions. Moonblast absolutely takes out Mega Absol. Probably Crawdont as well. Maybe even Breloom. Diamond Storm's probably looking for a 2-hit KO on Glastria. Or Turk, probably both. So those are probably what I'm going for. And Body Press. An Iron Ball makes it so this thing, I don't believe it's slower than Dusclops. Or it might be close to Dusclops' speed. But it's certainly slower than Glastria, which is really important. Because it actually means we have a way to beat Glastria in Trick Room. Diamond Storm with Body Press is insane, by the way. Because you have a 50% chance off of Diamond Storm to get a +2. And then you have Body Press. So Diancie's actually really good. And then just being able to go mix. And we just gave it some extra defense because, like, giving it the extra offense wasn't really needed. And making this thing bulky with the Body Press was just kind of nice as well. It's a way of raising its attack even without putting extra points in it. Attack. So, yeah. Hitmontop. Fake Out, Coaching, Close Combat, Protect. Just wanted a nice supporting defensive piece. And I thought this would be really nice with Metagross. You know, once, like, Psychic Terrain runs out, we can kind of go into this more Metagross kind of late-game sweeping mode. And Close Combat's just good damage. There's no item clause, so we can run double Citrus Berry. So, yeah, just slowing down some of these physical attackers is really nice, because they actually have quite a lot of them. Next up, the Gross itself. I believe this is to outspeed, what would it be? Probably, yeah, it was once Mega outspeed Slacking. Iron Head, Expanding Force, and Ice Punch and Protect. Yeah. We wanted Mix Gross just to make sure we could hit, like, abuse the Psychic Terrain. They do, like, it kills Ariados, kills Breloom, with Expanding Force. No priority this week, just because I didn't feel like I needed it. The Volcon Gross is always really nice, and, like, it's still going to do great damage. And then last but not least, Kling Klang to kind of pair with it. My guess, I believe this outspeeds, like, everything at +1. A +2. It's outspeeds everything naturally at +2. I believe this even outspeeds Scarf Slacking at +2. Something like that. I think that's what I was going for. Because this hits almost like 500 speed. At +2 speed. And then Giga Crime, Wild Charge, Protect. Really, if I'm going to run an offensive Kling Klang, it's probably going to be this moveset. Because it doesn't really get a lot of great moves. But, like, Steely Spirit's such a good ability for it. So it's like, yeah, I may as well. So that's the team. So let's jump into the game, shall we? So this is game 1, and you can see they go full in on Trick Room. Other than the Slacking, that's the only really fast piece. It's full Trick Room. And I kind of go under the similar route of, like, I'm also kind of focusing mostly on Trick Room. So yeah, see how it goes. So I just lead Indeedee Metagross as they lead Tangler Dusclops. What was my reasoning for this? I had to respect Glastria, so I thought leading Metagross would be a decent way to do it. Obviously, I'm not carrying safety goggles on anything, so that's kind of unfortunate, but I was like, if they lead Glastria, I need to make sure I've got some way to beat it. It's good against, well, it's alright against the Ariados as well. It's, like, pretty nice, so, and, yeah, it keeps the Gross safe because of Follow Me. So they get to see my items. I'm going to Mega Evolve immediately, go for the Rage Powder, and just go for Expanding Force immediately. Get the double because of the Rage Powder, and then the Trick Room. And they bring in the Crawdon. I'm going to get into Diancie, as Metagross is going to Protect. They're going to try and burn the Metagross, and they're going to go for a Z move, Black Hole Eclipse, and try and take out my Gross, but it's not going to do that much. This was also the point in which I realized that you could use Z moves. I completely forgot that we could use Z moves, so yeah. But I got my Diancie in, which is really nice. And Gross is kind of out of position in Trick Room. It's a fast Gross. Like, this Gross, like, at this point we'll be hitting, like, 329 speed to outspeed, Slacking, so yeah. It doesn't want to stay around. We're going to go into Hitmontop, reduce that Crawdon's damage output, and we're going to take out that Crawdon with the Moonblast. And they're going to burn the Hitmontop, which is fine. And in comes Glastria. I'm going to Diamond Storm. I'm going to do some decent damage to that Glastria, because I am faster, like, I'll get it off first. But they do get the Weakness Policy, but it doesn't matter, because they were expecting to be slower anyway. And down goes Diancie because of a Heavy Slam. They get their boost. I've got nothing to coaching, because I tried to coach in my Diancie. So I'm going to bring in Hat. I know I'm slower than Glastria, So I can at least go for a nice Expanding Force on the last turn of Psychic Terrain and take out both of these Pokemon, which is really, really nice. They're bringing their last 2 Pokemon here, Ariados and Slacking. The fact that we got those 2 down so nicely was really, really... that damage was really important, because otherwise Glastrier was about to just sweep my team. It was really tricky trying to maneuver around that Glastrier in the moment, for sure. It kind of sucked that Diancie kind of went down so quickly, but at the same time, like, it was going to happen. Like, Heavy Slam was inevitable on Glastrier, and it's even better in this format because there's no Dynamax. It's only Megas as a Z move, so there's no Max to kind of, like, stop Heavy Slam from actually being a usable move. There's no Psychic Terrain up at this point, which is unfortunate. I had to bring in Indeedee a little early, but yeah. We still get to follow me. They go for a Body Slam. Get Indeedee down real low. And take it out. Like, it's not going to lift both of those hits. But I'm going to be able to get up my Trick Room again, which is really important. Because the fact that I can get it up again. Get the Fake Out pressure on the Slacking. They sneak the hat, but that's fine. Because I've still got an Expanding Force to take out the Ariados. And now it's a 1v4. And even though Hitmontop is burned, it's still going to do some good damage. If it gets to attack. We later find out that this is actually Iron Ball Slacking, which is why it's so slow. And yeah, that'll do it. They let Hat get the kill there, the forfeit, and that is game 1 to us. So yeah, turns out that just like the power of Hatterene just being 1 point slower than Glastrier is really, really important this game. So, and Dusclops doesn't really get to do a lot just because of like a lack of offensive options. Like, it really can't do a lot to Hatterene. So, like, it can't burn it. It can't really do... Like, Hatterene is just natural offense. It's not trying to do... It's not trying to set up anything. It's just trying to go in. Him on top, providing that Fake Out pressure once Indeedee goes down. Kling Klang not even coming out, really. So, we go to game 2. I think I'm needing Indeedee Hat here. Oh, no, I'm switching up. I'm switching up to Hitmontop Kling Klang. I think I'm trying to switch things up just to see if they want to switch something up. But I'm going to switch out immediately. I'm going to get into Diancie. I'm going to go for a Coaching. And Coaching is not redirected, which is really, really nice here. And Coaching on Diancie was a synergy I didn't realize. I would put Coaching on Hitmontop just for Metagross and pretty much nothing else. Coaching on Diancie is insane. It's already got great, like, physical offense and defense, and then giving this thing a Coaching is ridiculous. So we get to Protect here, they Rage Powder again, they go for a Willow, Hitmontop avoids it, but that doesn't matter because I'm just going for more Coachings on this Diancie. So they're going to bring in the Glastrier now, I'm going to Moonblast it, do some okay damage. Nightshade into the Diancie avoids those defense boosts, but I'm just going to keep coaching. Body Press is going to come out into that Glastrier, I am slower, and that's when they actually realize, oh wait, this is Iron Ball Diancie. So, it was switching to Indeedee, reset the Psychic Terrain, so no Aqua Jets come out, bop the Crawdaunt, because I'm slower. And again, this is why it's so good, because I'm not just buffing my attack, I'm buffing my defense. And the fact that I'm buffing my defense means that I don't care, like, if I'm getting burned. I can still, I've essentially Iron Defense twice, but I've also still, like, got a Sword Stance boost. I've got a Sword Stance and an Iron Defense boost, and I'm burned. And none of these stats can go away because of Clear Body. So Slacking comes in, Tangler's going to switch in here. I'm just going to follow me. I've got no reason not to. I'm going to go for a Stomping Tantrum, and he's going to take it like a champ. And Slacking's a beast. That's like a million HP. But we're able to Expanding Force it down. And Body Press, and yeah. Diancie's kinda good. Way better than I would have expected it to be. They get to see the Iron Ball properly there. Go for a Mega Horn into Indeedee. It dies because it's Life Orb, Adaptability, Ariados. Brick Break does Zilch. And then Diamond Storm is a multi-hit move, which is super good. And then, yeah, like, I'm +4 defense. I'm +4 defense Diancie because of Diamond Storm. Body Press doesn't affect this, obviously, but I'm still got +2 attack with a Diamond Storm that's now single target against a Dusclops. That definitely looks to be a bit more on the physically defensive side. And then I've got Hat in Psychic Terrain, at least for one more turn. And we know they don't have Protect. So, yeah. This one was a solidifier on proving how good Diancie is. And I think if we go back to the dock, if we go to EE, we get to see my team, and we get to see that, yeah, Diancie was my kill leader, and I believe the kill leader for the first week. Just because in that game, it tore through. Like, I don't think it did enough. I don't think it did anything this entire game 1, but then it just 6-0'd. Because it got a bunch of coaching boosts that couldn't be stopped because you can't stop coaching. And then it just got 6 kills. Like, we're giving the kill to Diancie, because that's how it would have worked. Because, like, Hat's faster than my Diancie because of Iron Ball, so yeah, like, Diancie actually gets the kill here. So yeah, Diancie actually gets 6 kills. Diancie's insane. Way better of a Pokemon that I would have given it credit for. Has a lot more synergy with this team that I would have actually given it credit for. Just because of Hitmontop, just because it's a great Trick Room sweeper. Really good, nice type combination with some of the Pokemon that I want to use a lot on this team. You know, like in DD Hat. And DD Hat is like such a main mode, like that's just default good to go to, because it shuts down a lot of options from the opponent's side and forces them to play in a way that really forces them to respect in DD Hat, because otherwise it will just tear through teams. And Diancie just kind of fits in there as well as just another good Trick Room sweeper that also gets buffed by a lot of other partners just because of type synergies and move combinations such as coaching Hitmontop. So yeah, like this team, this match really made me a lot more confident in my own team. Originally I wasn't so confident in it, but seeing some of these synergies really helped. Especially being able to, essentially we fought Trick Room on Trick Room, and Diancie won it, so yeah. I was really, really happy with that. The reason why I didn't really make any notes either was because I was, like, a bit, with this whole, whole draft, like, everything's kind of just been, like, I've been winging it. I've been purely winging it and just going off of anything I can think of that works. And I'm just, just first thoughts, and I'm just throwing them at the wall and seeing what works. And this was my first thought, was just in DD Hat Diancie. This was kind of like a lot of the main mode that I was kind of wanting to go with. I was like, yeah, let's just see like how this works week 1. Sure, why not? See what happens. And boom, it worked incredibly well. So just like that, those were the ones who got the KOs. In DD Hat and Diancie, those were the ones who got the KOs. Like Mega Metagross didn't do anything really. So it came what, game 1 and switched out immediately. Actually no, it did some damage. It did some damage. It weakened things down so indeed you could get the kills with expanding force. But yeah, like it didn't really do a lot. It got one expanding force off and then switched out. So yeah, like this was more about Indeedee Hats. This was about my own Trick Room mode. So yeah, I was really, really happy with just seeing that this Trick Room mode is really something to be feared. So, very happy with it. But that will do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry I wasn't able to do this one live again. I just was so tired, and I was like, yeah, let's just get this match done. Because I didn't know how many other opportunities I would be able to get it done. But yeah, I'm actually a lot more excited about this league. Just because, like, none of us really know what we're doing, and I think that's a lot more exciting for some people. I kind of like it when everyone kind of knows what they're doing, because then people aren't just like, oh, I didn't think about that, or I didn't think about that. I like it when people, like, everyone has a really good idea on what they're doing, and that makes it more exciting, because people really like to think more outside the box, because when you're comfortable with something, you feel more comfortable going with something more off the wall, and I think that's kind of shown in this match. Airstream's super comfortable with Trick Room. It's been shown throughout, like, our entire time playing through the UBL. Like, they love Trick Room. In the Wi-Fi division of the UBL this season, they've got Dusclops Glastrier. Actually, no, they've got Dusknoir Glastrier, is what they've got. And Tangler as well. They've got all three of those. So, we saw they like Trick Room in UBL Season 1, Season 2, they love Trick Room. It's what works for them. And they've just gone something they were comfortable with here. They've gone with pure Trick Room. And for me, for this week one, I went with the mode of my team that I felt the most comfortable with. I went with a Needy Hat, with a slow Diancie, some support from a bulky Hitmon top, and then my Steel Core of Metagross plus Klinklang. I just kind of went with stuff that I knew would work. What I thought would work and what I thought I was going to be quite comfortable with. And, you know, that's what I went with. And it worked. Sure, I threw in the cool/interesting tech of, you know, Iron Ball Diancie to beat Glastrier, but that was about the most off-the-wall thing I did. So, yeah, like, obviously when people are comfortable, like, people are more likely to do things that are a little bit crazier. So, that's kind of why I usually prefer it when people actually know what they're doing. But at the same time, like, it's also really interesting just to play a different format. One that's, it still feels somewhat similar just because it's like, it's still doubles, but it's also like different at the same time. It's all very strange. But I feel like the more weeks I play, the more I'll come to enjoy this, just because it's so different, but it also just feels similar at the same time. So, but I'm really looking forward to it now. Originally I wasn't too like excited about it because I was just like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I just like it just kind of felt weird. But now I do. I kind of am starting to dip my toes into the water, kind of feel it out, and yeah, once I feel more comfortable with some of these matches and the team itself, then I can really like start doing some off the wall stuff, and I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, that will about do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. This matches and the whole like the UBL Rev stuff is definitely going up a little bit later. I have been a little bit busy recently, so I do apologize. But thank you very much for being patient, and hopefully you will enjoy the rest of the matches to come for this league, as well as the Showdown division of the UBL as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and take it easy, everyone. Peace.